Hi, gang. Mark Gilliard here for AIM Country Music Television, and our guest is Bernadette Kathryn. Like many of the greats over the years, from Motown to rock and roll, she comes to us straight out of Motor City. She's proud to call herself a Detroit native. Detroit's country rebel is what they call her. But she beams at being able to claim the mantle of Nashville recording artist. She's played CMA Fest in Nashville every year since 2014 when she was just 13 years old, and she nailed her Grand Ole Opry debut in 2017. She's played shows at some of Nashville's leading venues, such as the Texas Troubadour Theater, Kid Rock's Big Honky Tonk, and the Ryman Auditorium. Bernadette has opened shows for the James Barker Band, Scotty McCreery, David Lee Murphy, and Ashley McBride. We're pleased to have her here to talk about her song, Showdown. Let's get her in here right now to talk about what might just be your new favorite song.
Welcome, Bernadette. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, you're very welcome. It's a pleasure. As I understand it, you're a Detroit native. And when I think of Detroit, I think of Motown, the blues, and rock and roll. What were the influences that pulled you toward country music?
Honestly, before I was in country music, I actually was very much into like show tunes and pop. But like back in 2013, I got a call asking me to sing at the Nashville Palace during CMA Fest. And I knew since I was going to Nashville, I needed to learn at least like one country song, you know? So I turned on a radio station that was focused on country music here in Detroit. And, I just fell in love with that music. And I haven't been able to turn off that station since.
That's fantastic. Kind of a built-in love story there. Well, why don't you take a minute or two to give us a full introduction to you, to your music, to your history, just kind of bring us all up to date together.
All right. Well, I'm Bernadette Kathryn. I've been called Detroit's country rebel because, I'm not your average country girl, but I'm also not your average Detroit girl because when people think of Detroit, they do think of Motown and blues or hip hop or rap. They don't think of country music, but I grew up wearing cowgirl boots. So, I've always been one of those, I don't want to follow a trend, I want to set the trend. So, it's just been always that type of thing.
Right. Well, that's a good way to go. Following your own thing is definitely going to be more interesting to everybody, I think.
Mm-hmm.
You're here to talk about your song Showdown. Did you have a co-writer on this song?
I did. I co-wrote this song with Greg Stryker. He's a very amazing artistic songwriter that is well known here in Detroit for like his country and rock songs.
Right. What was the inspiration for this song?
So honestly, I just really wanted a music video that took place in the Old West.
That's a good enough excuse. Yeah, it's a good enough excuse for me.
To be serious though, I really love old Western movies and shows. And, when we got down to the writing session, Greg and I, we just kind of looked at each other and was like, you know what would be a really cool song? A song that's all about what a girl would be like if she was a sheriff in an Old West town. So it was like, that's kind of a really interesting idea. And so we took that and we kind of turned it into a song that's all about a girl that's been played one too many times. And, she just had enough of it and decides, it's time for a showdown.
Well, definitely a unique perspective for sure. So how about we play it right now?
All right.
All right, sounds good. You're watching Bernadette Kathryn's video for Showdown on AIM Country Music Television.
after midnight once again. Said you'd be home 10:30, smelling like an old beer keg and not my perfume. Got some lipstick on your collar, look in your wallet, ain't no dollar. You expect me to shout and holler, you sealed your doom. Ain't gonna get away with it this time. If you think you are, boy, then you must be blind. We're gonna do it like the cowboys in the wild, wild west. I'm putting on my spurs and that badge on my chest. You did it again, what did you expect from me to lay down? There's gonna be a showdown. Welcome to the gallows, hon. Hope you had yourself some fun. Locked up tight, nowhere to run, and I've got the key. Ain't no excuses gonna set you free. I've heard them all, they just bounce off me. We're gonna do it like the cowboys in the wild, wild west. I'm putting on my spurs and that badge on my chest. You did it again, what did you expect from me? Showdown by the saloon, noon. Be there or be scared, because I'm coming for you. Do it like the cowboys in the wild, wild west. I'm putting on my spurs and that badge on my chest. You did it again, what did you expect from me to lay down? There's gonna be a showdown. I'm gonna do it like the cowboys in the wild, wild west. I'm putting on my spurs and that badge on my chest. You did it again, what did you expect from me to lay down? Yeah, there's gonna be a showdown.
Wow, that is quite a production. It has the drive of a rock and roll song, but I think the instrumentation, the singing style, pull it back firmly into country's orbit. There had to be like 30 or 40 people involved in this. Tell us a little bit about making this video and the team responsible.
So, I'm one of those people that when I write a song, I see the music video running through my head. And that's kind of what helps inspire me during the songwriting process. And so when I sat down and actually got to writing the script for the music video, I started to watch all of like my favorite old Western movies. And, you know, I decided that it would be really fun to put references to these old Western movies in this music video. So like at the very end where we have the bullet heading straight towards the camera, that was actually from the very first Old West movie ever created, called The Great Train Robbery. And that was one of the first movies, black and white movies, that actually changed film history from that scene alone.
Wow.
So we decided to get around like 40 to 50 people when it came time to actually filming the show. And we were really lucky to have all these amazing people working with us. I mean, we had a stunt crew with us to do all of the bar fight, and it was just really fun. We even had like impersonators in there as well. We had a Bret Michaels from Poison impersonator, and we even had a Kenny Rogers impersonator as well. And it was just really fun working with all of these amazing people.
I think that's going to make a nice hunt for people once they get back and say, I got to see this again. They can go back and look for the impersonators and look for the different people in there and the references to the old movie.
Yeah.
We can make a little game out of this song.
Oh, yeah.
Well, before I let you get away, tell us where we can find you and your music and where we can see you guys live.
Well, you can find me anywhere that you can stream or download music. So anywhere that you prefer, whether that's Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, anywhere, I am there. And then you can also find me. I'm most active on Facebook and Instagram, where all of y'all can just reach out to me, say hi, and let's be friends.
Let's all do it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much for coming on, Bernadette. It's been great getting to visit with you today.
It was very fun to do this. Thank you so much for having me.
Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, Bernadette Kathryn. So, what do you think? Is Showdown going to be your new favorite song? This has been Mark Gilliott for AIM Country Music Television. Thanks for watching.